Playoff football, the second round of the FCS postseason comes to Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium tomorrow afternoon, a 1 o'clock kickoff between the 7th-seeded Jackrabbits of South Dakota State and an old friend in the Missouri Valley Football Conference, the Panthers of Northern Iowa. Hi, friends, Tyler Merriam, and welcome to Game Day Eve. Snow has been removed, as you can see, off the surface of Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. It will be in tremendous shape tomorrow afternoon. The weather will be as nice as you can hope for in December. We need you out here. 1-866-GO-JACKS or jackrabbittickets.com is how you can join us. Now, the Jackrabbits are in the playoffs for the 8th straight year, 4th consecutive season that SDSU is a top 8 seed. And they have done it thanks to their defense. 17 points per game, 6th in the FCS, and allowing 299 yards per game. That is 9th in all of the country. But offensively, this team's racking up 31 points a game, better than 400 yards, and somewhat sneakily is picking up 43% of their third downs. The John Stiegelmeier-led Jackrabbits were rewarded with 3 on the first-team All-Missouri Valley Football Conference list. Running back Pierre Strawn Jr., who despite missing most of the last 2 games of the year, racked up over 1,000 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. Wide receiver Kay Johnson, what a year he had en route to first-team honors. 67 catches for better than 1,100 yards and 8 scores. He is number 3 in school history in career touchdown catches, 5th in yards, 8th in receptions. And the third first-team All-Valley selection, no surprise here, the middle linebacker and co-captain Christian Rosenbaum, 101 stops during the regular year and a school record 465 career tackles. 4 second-team All-Leaguers in fullback Luke Sellers, another one of the captains. Center Matt Clark, who didn't play football for the previous 2 years. What a return to action he has had. Defensive end Ryan Erith, 7.5 tackles for loss and 4 sacks for the 47-start career of the co-captain. And cornerback Don Gardner, 2 returns for touchdowns for the Chicago native. 3 honorable mention selections in tight end Cal Hart, along with wide receiver Adam Anderson, a co-captain, and also co-captain and linebacker Logan Backus. And 5 Missouri Valley Football Conference all-newcomer selections: Jackson Yonke, Jabore Gibbs, Quentin Hicks, Diamond Evans, and Michael Griffin II. Now, before we talk about Northern Iowa, one number to keep in mind about this Jackrabbit team. In the 8 SDSU wins during the course of the 2019 season, the Jackrabbits were plus 11 in turnover margin. In the 4 losses, minus 8. So turnover margin, turnovers likely to play a huge role tomorrow afternoon. SDSU just saw Northern Iowa a few weeks ago. The Panthers, led by Mark Farley, come in with a mark of 9-4. They believe they should have been in the top 8 instead of SDSU by virtue of how they finished the regular season. And Mark Farley's teams are always very good on defense. The 2019 Panthers, no exception. 7 All-Leaguers among the Valley defenders, among the UNI defenders, I should say. 18 points per game is what they allow, just the 10th fewest in Division I. 300 yards per game allowed, that's 11th best in the nation. And they have forced 29 turnovers, that's 4th in the country. They're racking up 37 sacks already. They've held 4 of their last 6 opponents to below 250 yards per game. And a name to keep an eye on, Ellerson G. Smith, the unbelievable defensive end, 19.5 tackles for loss, 13 sacks. That's 8th in the country. Jacks did keep him in check in the first meeting. Offensively, it is Will McIlvain, the honorable mention All-Valley quarterback. 54% completions, 2,540 yards, and 20 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. More on those interceptions in a moment. They score 23 points a game, rack up right around 315 yards a game. Wide receiver Isaiah Weston is questionable. He missed the first meeting between these two teams. 41 catches, a Valley best, 10 touchdowns, and over 1,000 yards. Now, we talk about that first meeting. Happened just 3 weeks ago. SDSU victorious 38-7. They led 7-0 at the half. But Will McIlvain, of his 6 interceptions this year, 3 came on this field 3 weeks ago as the Jacks forced 4 turnovers. A huge story in the game. UNI limited to a season-low 85 passing yards. Keaton Heide, the true freshman quarterback for SDSU, was 15 of 16 for 196 yards and 2 scores. Kay Johnson had a big day, caught 6 passes for 134 and a score. Mikey Daniel ran 21 times for 82 yards and a score. A couple of big plays defensively in that game. On the opening drive for UNI, Jordan Gandy, an interception as the Panthers Panthers were knocking on the door. And, of course, the game-clinching play really came in the fourth quarter. Don Gardner and that fumble return after the strip. He picks it up and runs it back for a touchdown to seal an SDSU win. 7-seeded SDSU, 8-4, hosting 9-4 Northern Iowa. Kickoff tomorrow at 1 o'clock here at Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. Join us and be a part of the madness. It's the second round of the football championship subdivision playoffs.